Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. Like I always start out these types of blogs saying, I am not a counselor. I will not have any clients. It wouldn't work for me, okay? Now this guy, let's call him Akennie, okay? Akennie, Akennie, Akennie. He is a father of six. Maybe there's a seventh there, I don't know. But he's a father of six and he is begging people for money to finish a home because he didn't have a father. He came up with no love and he doesn't want his children to come up without any love and that fatherly touch and everything. So he's begging you now for money to help him fix up the house. This is the house here. I guess that's the door there. This is the house, okay? Now, the counseling part of me, that's why I can't be one. Is he kidding me? Is he joking? So when he came up without a father, no fatherly love, and he wanted his children to have a nice home, shouldn't he be in the books? This is Earth now. You gotta go into the books and you gotta read and you have to know how to add and subtract and a little bit of science, and you go off to higher learning, the college and university, and you get some scores that will make you hireable and you make some money. You make money. Okay? You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a lawyer or a liar. You don't have to be that. You could be, I think, one of the best professions, something that I like. I think carpentry is one of the most soothing, most therapeutic, most something. It's like when when you've completed your project and you've painted it and you've puttied it and you've caulked all the holes and everything and you look back on it. What's wrong with him learning how to use a hammer and nails? What's wrong with you, Akennie, learning how to use a hammer and nails? What's wrong? You're gonna F yourself into the 7th and 8th child and then beg people, oh, help me? You gotta help yourself. There's no savior. There's no savior coming to help you. You need to help yourself. And that woman that is next to you, she needs to tell you, you need to help yourself. What can you do? What can you do? I didn't read the story, but what can you do? But if you are in the paper begging people for money, that's the lowest any male could ever reach. Any man, even in relationships, any male who's taking money, who puts out their hand and take your money, I'm talking to the female, ain't no man. You've never actually known a man. They don't really stir. They don't exist anymore. Okay? They do not exist. What you have is a shadow of a person. Shadows. Not real people. He's in the paper. Look at him. He looks like he's carrying something there too. How do you have that? How can you be begging and have that? I mean, come on. Stop having the children. Stop having that. You're adding expense onto expense onto expense and living like that. You're living like that. What good are you? What good are you, Akennie? What good? Tell me. Write a comment. You may see this. You may like do your name and this may come up. What good are you? What, the only thing that you can use is that instrument at the bottom part, the southern part of your body. That's the only thing that sticks. That's the only thing that sticks that can fertilize. So you're good at fertilizing eggs. That's it. And then every iteration of a fertilized egg is like $250,000. And you're begging. And this is where you're living? This is where you're living? This is the best, and you're talking about you didn't have a father, and you didn't have this, and you want your kid. So you are defeating your own argument. Now, if you have come into the paper and said, you didn't have a father, no fatherly love, you came up poor, and I'm trying to study at this particular university and the money is short, I'm working part-time, but I need to study. I need to really get to the nitty-gritty. I need to get into these books. And if anyone can sponsor my degree, sponsor me so I can complete my college education. Now, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, that's a forward thinking. That makes sense. What you're doing now does not make sense. You should be shamed. You should be shamed. You should be shamed. You should be so shamed. You should go and bury. How do you get into the paper begging with 6 kids? You actually have the audacity to give them all the kids you have. And then by the time someone sees you next, it's going to be 8. You're going to be in the paper begging, oh, I have 8 kids. That's like $2 million worth of debt that you don't have. So they're going to come up poor. And you're going to be angry that they came up poor. And they're going to be angry that you brought them into a situation where they're poor. And it's one thing begets the other. Who do you think you are coming into the paper and just insulting us with this article? It's an insult. That's not the way a human is supposed to move. A human being, you're not supposed to move like that. If you experience something, you're supposed to learn from that experience, not repeat it and then get into the paper and beg. Begging in the plea. Is it please? 6 please? Begs. Father of 6 begs. You should be shamed. You should be shamed. You didn't learn anything from not having a father. You didn't learn. And that is supposed to be pivotal. There are certain things that happen. There are certain things that would happen to you in life that you don't need no more lessons after that. It's something that you have learned your lesson. You understand your assignment. You know how to proceed in life. There are certain things in life. There are certain kicks. There are certain hard slap. There are certain things that happens to you, that will happen to you in life, that should set you straight. It should set you straight. Okay? He's not learning. His kids are not going to learn. Every iteration is worth. Whoever, you could lie, but you're lying to yourselves. Whoever, the people who are having kids now, they're going to see that it is a lesser species. It's a lesser representation. They're lesser and lesser and less. They're not as good as what came before. And with the technology and the lesser beings and the technology in hand, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. The kids are not learning. They don't even they don't even know how to cook. They don't know how to recognize what foods are poisonous and what food. I mean, if you go in the yard and or in the wilderness area or whatever, they won't know what's poisonous, what's not poisonous, what can cook, what you can eat. The leaves of certain trees that you can actually eat to keep you going until you find your way back out into civilization. They know nothing. They know nothing. They don't even talk. They don't even play like they used to play before. Nothing. So with technology and with the ignorant kids that are coming in with demons, we call them demons, we call them demons. Yeah, but with the quality of the children that are coming on board now, if you have a moment of clarity, you can look back. You can actually look back and see, understand, even looking at ancient writings, you can see that those people were really smart. Really smart. They were thinking human beings. They were Renaissance. There were eras where people move from one place to the next. Renaissance. Okay? Moving from one place to the next. It's not. All you have now is technology. All they're giving you now is a cell phone. And a big screen TV. A big screen TV, maybe more little nuggets and more things on your microwave. Oh, I have a real fancy microwave. That's all you have now. No one is thinking. Everything is being taught for you, or thought for you. You're not thinking, okay? You should be shamed. He should be shamed. Akennie, you should be shamed. Shame. 6 kids. And you had a good lesson. Your father was the best lesson that you could have ever had. That's the best. You should say, well, you see that? I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to become, you don't want it just for the power of the money, but you should have gone for the money. You should have gone to college. You should have put your heads in the books and read and learn how to multiply and divide and subtract. You should have done it. You should have done it before you fertilize any egg. Before you fertilize any egg, because you had a hard kick. Your father was the best lesson and you didn't learn. So people are going to put you in a house, give you their money for someone that don't learn, that can learn. You can't learn. Can you learn? Can you learn? So you're going to come, so you're looking at the camera. That's what you're doing. She's looking at the camera and look at their eyes. Voidless. Where's the life? Where's the life in the eyes? Where is the life? Come on, man. That's embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is a no for me. A hard no for me. He needs to learn how to hammer a nail. He needs to know how to go and buy some, go and buy some weatherproofing. You see, this is all like wet and damp and moldy. Just go and get yourself together and stay off that woman for a while. Get yourself to do some sit-ups while you're at it. Do some sit-ups. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.